Gary Robinson here. I am an independent author of many books, such as the Realm Keeper series, the upcoming novel Rebel Yell, which is back there and releases on August 15th, and the Touch trilogy, Non-Zombie, The Ninja Man, Hit Girls, etc., etc. And this is my show, VlogaNovel, where I live create books for you. People. What do you mean, you people? I am live writing, or have live written, the first episode in a new heroic fantasy serial called Nightblade, which will release once a week. That's the cover. There, on the screen. Yes, that's the one, with the pretty green eyes and the bloody dagger. Wrote the whole thing live on streaming video for you guys. I am now in the final stages of getting it ready for publication tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. So some announcements related to that. You can pre-order this book at garrettbrobinson.com/nb1. If you look in the blue section of the screen down there below my face, you'll see that link, garrettbrobinson.com/nb1. And you can catch back episodes of this VlogaNovel at down there, also in the link there, garrettbrobinson.com/VlogaNovel-Nightblade-1, where you can see the entire process of how it all came together. If you do pre-order at that link directly from me, I get a larger percentage of the sale than if you buy it on someplace like Amazon or Kobo or something like that. So I appreciate that, and it only costs you $1 either way. So, you know, what have you got to lose? You can always find out the latest episode of VlogaNovel, whatever's happening, on my website, garrettbrobinson.com. And the book, as it's being written, is also being posted to Wattpad. So if you like watching the video but don't necessarily like reading the book via the YouTube video, which I completely understand, you can just read it in between episodes on Wattpad. Search me out there. I'm Garrett Robinson. Follow me, and you'll get updates whenever the book is updated. One sec here, trying to set my timer going so that I don't make a video that lasts 3 hours. Okay, bam. So that. Oh, something started talking in my ear. What is making noise? Ah, there it is. So, you can read it for free as it's being written on Wattpad. However, that is more intended for you to see the book as it's coming together. I would still, obviously, very much appreciate it if you feel like buying the episode, if you would pre-order it. And again, that link is in the blue section of the screen down there. So, without further ado, let's get into the actual productive part of the video where I start finishing off the book and getting it ready for publication. So the first thing that we're going to do, is we're going to open up Scrivener. And so this is Nightblade. This is the cover. These are the chapters, etc., etc. There's the whole book, right? Well, but of course it's not the whole book, because when you open a book, before you get to start reading it, there's what's called front matter. So we're going to be creating that first. And what we do is we create a folder called front matter. And that I always shove under the main body of the book. And then this is weird, but you actually need to change the icon of the folder in Scrivener to the front matter icon. Otherwise, Scrivener doesn't recognize it as front matter, or at least this has been my experience. I've had major problems with front matter when I didn't have the icon as front matter. So that's weird, but it's a thing that occurs. And then it's very simple. I just I have previous books and I keep them updated and whatnot. So I go to another book, for example, the book that I just finished, Rebel Yell, and I put that. I copy the ebook and Smashwords front matter, and I put it in my front matter folder in the new book. So that's the simplicity of it. And of course I now need to update it. So this is the title page, which we're not really going to have for Nightblade. So I'm going to get rid of that. And so this is the copyright page. So I changed this to Nightblade Episode One. Author Gary Robinson, copyright by Living Art Books, which is my LLC. Okay, so cover copyright by Living Art Books. And then for Rebel Yell, I had cover artists. I do not anymore. That's just me. So I just delete that. Work of fiction, resemblance to the person's reproduction, strictly prohibited. Author greatly appreciates you taking the time. Thank you for supporting my work. Find out when I release new books at my email newsletter. That's linked to the page where they can sign up to receive my weekly newsletter. Okay, once again, I delete the cover design. I leave the interior design because that was done by my LLC, which means me. Oh, this is a little joke of mine. I edit my own books, as you will all be aware, since I'm editing them in this thing. And so I edit under the name of Scott King, which is just random. Yeah, editor Scott King of Living Art Books, which makes it sound very official. It's better than listing your editor as yourself. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an inside joke, because when I started writing and making films, I seriously considered taking the pen name and the screen name of Scott King, because it's a simple, strong name, simpler and stronger than Garrett Robinson. Like, for example, on Garrett Robinson, you need to know that the name has 2 T's in it. It's just, annoying stuff like that. So Scott King is like a little inside joke. ISBN. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I think I'm going to have to... I need to assign this book an ISBN. This is annoying. I need to assign this book an ISBN, but that would normally be something I'd do off-air. And the reason is just that I don't like going into the back end of any of my important websites. Like, I'm not going to show you how I design my web pages. I'm going to show you the web pages so that you can see that part of the creative process, but I don't want to go into the back end just because I don't want, I don't know, it's hard to know if there is sensitive information in them. But I guess at this point, I need to assign an ISBN. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to do that. So you get to see something not many people get to see. So I do all of my ISBNs through Bowker at myidentifiers.com. Sign in here. Let's see. And we'll assign a new title to this ISBN. And we'll assign that ISBN, and I can just immediately paste that in there. And so there's the ISBN for Nightblade Episode 1. Yay! Okay, so when you're assigning an ISBN on Bowker, they like to say upload the cover, upload the text of your book. It's not required, and I don't know if there's an advantage to it, honestly, but because my books seem to sell pretty well without doing any of that stuff, I tend to just ignore it. So yeah, so here we go. Contributors, first name Garrett, last name Robinson, author. No, suffix, okay. And then author, okay, and that's all you need to enter for contributors. You can enter an editor, but again, the editor is me. I don't need to go that far with the Scott King deception. Medium is ebook, format is electronic book text, primary subject is fiction, fantasy, general, because they use the book industry standard genres, and they don't break it down like Amazon does. So literally it's just fiction, fantasy, general, and then fiction. Yeah, I mean, all they have is one category for fantasy, so there you go. And that's all you have to fill out on the medium. If it were a print book, they'd ask you for page count and this, that, and the other thing, etc., etc. Title is sold in America. Again, it's sold other places. You don't need to fill it out, though. Publication date July. It's going to be 18th, which is tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow, guys. Can you believe it? You can probably believe it if you're watching this. Target audience, trade. Target audience, young adult. Oh, I don't think it really matters. Living Art Enterprises, title status, active record. Currency, US dollars. Price, 99 cents. Price type is retail. Okay. Submit. Boom. Okay, so that ISBN is assigned. And we go back. So the ISBN is now in the front matter. The genres and stuff, I'm not going to worry about them. I put it in Rebel Yell because it's like, that was for print and everything like that. And then down here, you'll notice this little thing, published by Living Art Books, and then the image of Living Art Books with the width of 75. So that is an actual image that will go into the file. I put my logo in my files, in my books. I wouldn't worry about that. But here's my logo. Here's the Living Art Books logo, right? So I am going to put that in here. I would not recommend that you ever worry about something like this. So I just do it because it's cool. But that basically, the way that that code works is it says pull up this image of the Living Art Books logo and make it 75 pixels wide, and then it shows up in the ebook file. It's kind of cool. Don't really worry about it. And then so that's the copyright page done. So then we go to praise for Rebel Yell. There is no praise for Rebel Yell because this is not. Whoops, I duplicated it. This is not Rebel Yell, and I have a praise page for Rebel Yell, but I'm not planning on doing one for Nightblade until, I'm not doing a whole big pre-promotion campaign on this. Dedication, I usually come up with a nice little dedication for each book. So to my wife, Megan, my wife, let's see. Alex chimed in and said, "I can't believe you wrote a book in a week. Also, hi." Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I mean, it's a 10,000. It's an episode. It's a book in a week. It's kind of grandiose. But in case I didn't say this in earlier videos, this idea, this book, this whole series is my wife's idea. She was like, I think I did say this. I said it in the first episode where she was just like, publish much anymore. And we talked about it for a long time, and she was like, well, what could you do so that you could publish more regularly and feel better about yourself? Because I wasn't. And I said, well, I could write this fantasy serial set in this universe that I've wanted to develop for forever. And that's why VlogaNovel happened and why Nightblade happened. So there you go. So to my wife, by the way, if you hear kids in the background, everybody's about to be picked up from the daycare, so sorry. So to my wife who gave me this idea, to my children, who just make life better. You guys do, seriously, if you're watching this someday in the future, you're pretty awesome. I always dedicate any solo book of mine to Johnny, Sean, and Dave from the Self-Publishing Podcast because it was their idea to write, period. I wasn't going to write, and then I started watching the Self-Publishing Podcast, and I was like, I'm going to write. I owe them a lot. If you like writing and publishing, if you're a writer for sure, or if you just like to laugh, listen to the Self-Publishing Podcast. They're awesome. They're really good. To Johnny, Sean, Dave, who told me to write, and to all the rebels in the world. The rebels are my people, my readers. That dedication was for Rebel Yell, but to my rebels, I always get all sentimental when I think about you guys. Kind of want to say that. Don't forget why you want to leave the woods, because that's going to be a thing that Lauren is going to suffer through in the course of the book. She's going to, after she leaves, if you've been reading if you read the book on Wattpad or on the website or whatever, she's going to get thrown off course, so to speak, considerably, and she's going to have to remember. She's going to have to remember why she left in the first place in order to achieve what she's trying to achieve. To my rebels, don't forget why you left the woods. That'll do for now. I might think of something different. I forgot to do one thing, which is that this Scrivener file is for the entire first season of Nightblade, but this front matter is only for episode 1. So we'll do this. We'll create an episode 1 folder, and then we'll drag these into it. And I should do that here as well. So chapter 1 through 5 will go into episode 1. Okay, so now we go back to the front matter. Now, Smashwords. I do publish through Smashwords now. I hate their website. It's a pain in the ass. But Simon Canton, fantastic author, indie author, who, by the way, started a live writing show reminiscent of this one, which is cool. You should go check it out. I have built my career off of stealing other people's ideas to such a degree that it's really cool to see somebody else doing what I'm doing, like borrowing that idea. I love it. Anyway, Smashwords is a pain in the ass. They are the worst. And while I can publish through them now because Simon Canton developed a tutorial showing you how to actually get your book accepted by Smashwords, even when it's cool, I still don't like them. So anyway, so their copyright page is literally just going to be, because if you make it any more complicated than that, you run the risk of them rejecting your book. So that's annoying. And I'll just copy my dedication page and paste that because they don't give a rat's ass about your dedication. Seriously, Smashwords. Dude, guys, just get your stuff together. Come on. Let's see. See, Draft to Digital is another site that will publish to multiple sites for you. And the only reason that I'm not going through Draft to Digital, in fact, I might go through Draft to Digital for Apple because Draft to Digital is amazing and they're so easy to use. And I just put it on Smashwords to get it literally everywhere. Anyway, so I'll stop ranting about Smashwords now. So that's the front matter. That's done. Boom. Boom, done. So now... and then Alexandra Pedro said, it counts. I'm sorry, Alex, I don't know exactly what you're referring to when you say it counts, and I'm sure the comments are just super, super laggy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create the back matter. So in other words, after you turn the last page of the book, what's going to happen? What are you going to see? All that kind of thing. So we will create a new ebook, Ep1 ebook. So that's the episode 1 ebook, and then Ep1 Smashwords. And yes, Smashwords distributes ebooks as well, but there's a distinction because you can't do certain things with Smashwords books. It's very annoying. I just in general, I'm very annoyed with Smashwords pretty much all the time. Okay, back matter, and then a subfolder in there, episode 1. You know, the first thing that we're actually going to do on back matter, Alex said Smashwords is cool. They let me buy DRM free files and never bother me again. Download once, do my copies, never see them again if I don't want to. I'm sure they're fine for you as a reader. They're really annoying for an author. Trying to publish through them is like trying to shove a square peg in your own bloody round asshole. It's very painful. So anyway, so the first thing that we're going to do on back matter is we're going to go to the end of chapter 5 after the book finishes, and we're going to say continued in episode 2. Get it for free here. Get if for free. Get it for free here. GarrettBRobinson.com. Free Nightblade. What is that, you ask? How can I get it for free, you ask? I will show you in a moment. So then we select it, add link, and there it is. So that is the link to get episode 2 for free. And the way that works, and we'll test it by clicking on it, but the way that works is they go to this page, which I have newly created on my website. Like I said, I don't want to show you the back end of every website that I've got, so that's why I'm not creating it live on the show. I'm just showing you how it works. So it takes them to this page, and it goes, loved Nightblade Episode 1, want to read Episode 2 for free? Leave a review for Episode 1 on Amazon, and I'll send you an ebook copy of Nightblade Episode 2 for free. Here's what you do. You review it on Amazon. Go to your review and click permalink. Copy the URL in your internet browser, fill out the form below, and paste the URL into the URL to your review box. and that's it. What this is, just as for your information, on my big series, Realm Keepers, the first book of Realm Keepers is this. It's this big old thick book. But this book is also divided into episodes, and like this is the thickness of episode 1 there compared to the thickness of the whole book. You see that? Episode 1 is free forever, permanently. Anybody can go download it, and thousands of people have. When those people finish the first one, if they liked it, they usually want to get episode 2, and we say, if you'll review episode 1 which you got for free, we will also give you episode 2 for free. And just over 100 people have done that since we created that promotion just a couple of months ago. So this is a great way to get reviews if you have a smaller serialized thing like this, because episode 2 is only 99 cents, but if somebody doesn't want to pay that, or if they're not sure that they like the series yet, but they think they might, then, or if they just want the next one and they just don't want to pay that $1 right now, if you can save $1, why wouldn't you? So so people go, they leave a review. So I'm hoping that will generate a lot of reviews for Nightblade Episode 1 right off the bat. Which eventually I will make Nightblade Episode 1 permanently free as well, and hopefully that will attract a lot of new readers and get a lot of reviews, etc., etc. It's just a cycle that feeds itself. So so that's how that works. So as soon as somebody finishes, continued in Episode 2, get it for free here, and hopefully they are encouraged by that, and they go and they leave a review for the book on Amazon. And once the book is actually on Amazon, then on this page, I'll have a link to actually go review it on Amazon. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that it gets a lot of people to review the book. So that's the end of the book. What you stick at the end of the book, or what I'm sticking at the end of the book. Then for the rest of the back matter, once again, I go back to Rebel Yell, and I toss the ebook folder over here. And thank you for reading. Hello. So thank you for reading page. I want to give you a free book. I write and publish many books a year. The best way to find out about them is through my Rebel Alert emails. Become a Rebel and I'll give you a free ebook from my catalog of your choice. Sign up here, GarrettBRobinson.com/bearebel. That is my email sign up. If you are an author, you need an email list. You need to have people's emails. You need to email them regularly. Try to do it weekly if you can. At least do it monthly. Try to stay consistent. I'm not always consistent. I try to email once a week. Sometimes I miss a week or a couple of weeks, but I always get back in communication with people. I let them know what's happening on my writing. I let them know what's happening in my life. I let them know what I'm doing. And when I have a new book, I tell them, and some of them go and buy it. It is the most valuable marketing tool that you will have. Hundreds of people see my tweets. Hundreds of people see my Facebook posts. Probably thousands of people see my Google Plus posts. But the percentage is very, very low of people who actually click through and buy things when I post there that I have something to buy. On my email list, it's much, 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 much higher. These are people who want to know every time you publish a book, so when you do publish a book and you tell them, they're likely to buy it. And they are your friends. They are your people who talk about your stuff. They are your community. And if you don't work at building that community, it's never going to materialize around you. I want to hang out with like-minded people. I encourage them to join my email list. So there you go. However, for Nightblade, because of the type of property that it is, the email newsletter is not going to be my first call to action in the back of my book. It's going to be get the next episode. Ooh, a bunch of comments just popped in. Alex said, I meant even a short episode counts as a book, and yeah, comments are really slow. Yeah, they often are on Google Hangouts. And then Enebak Mat said, greetings from Norway. Greetings! Hello! Good to see you. I feel like I've seen you around on the Storytelling Podcast before. And then Alex commented again, is Realm Keepers Episode 1 available for free through someplace other than Amazon? Yes, it's available for free pretty much everywhere. You can get it for free on iBooks, Kobo, Nook, Barnes & Noble Nook, etc. Honestly, if it's all the same to you, I prefer Amazon because that's where we do best, and that's where we like to push our sales rank. But honestly, I don't give a rat's. I just want people to read it. So if you don't care where you get it from, I prefer Amazon. But it is available pretty much everywhere. So get the next episode. Okay, so the first call to action in the back of the book is going to be, want to keep reading? You can get Nightblade Episode 2 for free by leaving a review for Nightblade Episode 1. Did my time just run out? Has that seriously been an hour already? No, not even close. Wow, okay, so my timer messed up. And I have about 35 minutes left. Okay, good. Uh-oh, somebody's getting a timeout outside the room. So this is the first call to action. Because Nightblade is a serialized story, basically, when somebody finishes episode 1, hopefully they really want to go read episode 2. So the first thing that I'm going to do is reiterate, in case they didn't get it at the end of the book where it says continue and get it for free, I'm going to reiterate, hey, if you want episode 2, you can get it for free right here. And that will take them to the same page that you just saw. Let me see if I remember the shortcut. Yeah, hey! Okay. Link to free Nightblade. Or, if they just want to go buy it, and they don't want to leave a review, that's totally cool too. They can get that right here. And that takes them to this page, which I will show you now. Whoops. So this is a page on my site for Nightblade Episode 2. And it has the description, it has the cover, and then it says pre-order from the author. Because the book hasn't published to anywhere else yet, it's going to take them to direct pre-orders on Gumroad. Gumroad, by the way, is the site where I do all of my direct pre-orders. And if they click on that button, pre-order from the author, it takes them to the page where they can buy Episode 2. And it's got the description, and they say, I want this, and you know, there you go. That's where they buy directly from me. I do pre-orders directly. I honestly, I want people to buy the book directly from me. Yes, the Amazon sales rank is nice, but Amazon pays you crap royalties on a 99-cent book. You know, which is why I'll eventually publish this in volumes and everything like that. But what I want to train the reader to do, what I would like you to do, if you enjoy the story, is every week you get your episode in the email from me. You open it up, you read it, and then you click through and you just pre-order the next one. And the next week at noon, it's emailed directly to you, and it just goes like that. And you just, you know, pay $1 a week and keep reading the story every single week. And if those sales happen directly through those pre-orders, I get a much much higher percentage of the sale, which it costs you the exact same amount of money, and I get more of it, which is more helpful to me and makes it easier for me to keep writing for you and doesn't affect you either way. So that is the cycle that I'm going to be trying to set up. So, and the point that I'm trying to stress is that by creating a page now for people to go pre-order Nightblade Episode 2, I never have to change the book. That's what's annoying, is when you have something that's serialized, And let's say it's like, if this page said episode 2 is coming soon, you know, click here to sign up for my email list and find out when I release it. Then if episode 2 releases, then I need to change this to say episode 2 is available here, and then I need to re-export the book, and I need to republish it, and it's annoying doing that through every site and republishing it to Amazon and Kobo and Nook and iBooks and Smashwords and everywhere. That's just annoying. So by designing a CTA that works like this, then it takes them to that website. And then if I need, and that's a central place, and they'll go to the exact same place every time. And then once, I'm going to just do this. Once episode 2 releases, then I go and I change this page. I change this website, and I add buttons. Or, you know, purchase from Amazon, purchase from Nook, purchase from iBooks. And then if people want to buy from those other stores, then they can, but I don't need to change the book and I don't need to republish the book. The idea is you publish the book once and you never have to change it again. Excuse me. So let's see. Alex chimed in with 2 comments. They all want me to use their crappy apps to read it. Talking about Realm Keepers Episode 1. Yeah, sorry about that. And then Alex said, ooh, found it on Smashwords. Yes. So yeah, Episode 1 is on Smashwords. I think Episode 2, 3, and 4 are on Smashwords, and I don't think any of the rest are. Sorry about that. I'll try to fix that at some point now that I can actually make Smashwords work for me. But yeah, Smashwords is an annoying site to publish your books on. Anyway, enjoy Episode 1. I hope that you find it interesting. So anyway, so that is the first CTA that's going to be in the back of Nightblade. It's hey, you can get it for free by reviewing Episode 1 on Amazon, or you can just go buy it, and that'll take them to the page, and they can pre-order Episode 1 immediately. Hopefully, a bunch of people do that over the next week. I'm hoping. I know a lot more people will do that once Episode 1 becomes permanently free. But you know. Then the second CTA, thank you for reading. I want to give you a free book. Sign up for my email newsletter. Less important than them buying the next episode, but still important. And the true fans, you know, will do that. My next CTA, which is a relatively new thing, is my vlog, because I vlog. I have a YouTube channel. I'm quite active on it. And the vlog is pretty much my favorite place to connect with people other than the email list. So it's like, hey, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can see me talk about stuff. And I like that, and I hope that I hope that if people enjoy my books and want to get updates on what's happening with the next book or what's happening with me, then they'll go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And speaking of which, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching this. And then acknowledgements is from Rebel Yell. I don't particularly feel the need to do acknowledgements for Nightblade, so I'm going to skip it. I might do it when I publish the first volume. And then there's my other books page, and I don't link the individual books because, again, if you link individual books, then you need to have a version of your ebook for Amazon and a version for Kobo and a version for Barnes & Noble, etc., etc., etc. It's much, much, much easier to just say, I have a website where you can find all of my books, and then here's the list of titles. So the only new one I have to add here is Rebel Yell, a piercing look at independent art. So that's my new book that's coming out. Actually. There you go. So that is so the link at the top says, hey, go to my books page on my website, which, again, I can change the books page on my website. I don't need to republish the book. And then it has the list of titles: Rebel Yell, books Volume 1 and 2 of the Realm Keeper series, the Touch Trilogy, Hit Girls, Non-Zombie, The Ninjabread Man, etc., etc. And then my About the Author page never changes. Rarely, if ever, changes. Let's see. I just made myself a liar. Nah. Okay, so just update those links. And there you go. There's my social media. So that's about the author. Let me just make sure that this is all this is all still accurate. Blooding Himself, independent, is self-published in 2012. Fish swiftly followed it with a stream of others. So that's an impressive stat that I added up not too long ago. So after blooding himself in the independent film industry, he self-published his first book in 2012 and swiftly followed it with a stream of others, publishing more than 2 million words by 2014. I think the fact that I've published more than 2 million words is kind of cool, and people hear it and they go, "Whoa!" So I always try to include that. Within months, he topped numerous Amazon bestseller lists. Realm Keepers has topped a bunch of genre charts, and Touch Trilogy even topped the drama chart when it first came out. That was interesting. Now he spends his time writing books and directing films. Many of his works are for adult audiences only, such as Non-Zombie and Hit Girls, but he has published popular books for younger readers, including the Realm Keeper series and The Ninja Man, co-authored with C.C. Bulger. Garrett lives in Los Angeles with his wife Megan, his children Don, Luke, and Desmond, and his dog Chewbacca. Yes, indeed. So there's the About the Author page. This is my back matter. This is it. 5 pages of decreasing importance. The most important thing, I want people to get the next episode. The next most important thing, I want them to sign up for the email newsletter. The next most important thing, sign up for the vlog. Next most important thing, looking for other books that you might enjoy. Like, if they finish episode 1 and they want another book, most likely they want episode 2. But then if people have read themselves out and they're like, what other books does he have? Then there's that. And then about the author, it's like, if you really want to know about me, then there it is. But it's not really important to me. Just people kind of expect you to have that. So now that's done. So now what we do, I just realized I don't need a separate collection for this. Yes. So now what we do is we take episode 1, we toss it all into the episode 1 ebook collection, and then we take the episode 1 back matter, which again we don't need a separate folder for that. And we toss the back matter into the episode 1 ebook, and there you go. That is the body of the book minus the front matter. Oh, more comments from Alex. She said, first of all, why don't you talk about cats on YouTube? See what I did there? See what I did there? And then she said more than 2 million words is totally cool. Thank you. I agree. Not to blast my own horn. But so then when we go to like export our book, for example, right? Then because we've used collections and front matter, then we include documents in the collection of episode 1 ebook. And we add the front matter of episode 1 ebook, and then that is the ebook that we can publish that one ebook to Amazon and Kobo and Nook and Smashwords, and it all works. And then because the front matter is different for Smashwords, because Smashwords is a website I'm not fond of, then we switch the front matter to Smashwords, and you do the exact same thing, sort of. You actually have to go through a whole different process for them. But anyway, it's annoying. So there you go. Now front and back matter is done, and we can move on to editing. Editing. Every writer's favorite thing in the world. Right? We all love editing. Nobody has a problem with it. 20 minutes left. 22 minutes left, I should say. Okay, now when I'm editing, I go into my options on my word count. This is just for curiosity's sake, and I allow negatives because I want to see overall how much I'm changing the word count of the project. Just a general statement of what I'm going in here and doing. My own personal opinion is that my first drafts are overwritten and I have sentences that are much too long. Probably the majority of what you'll see me doing is simplifying my language because I grew up utterly obsessed with Dickens, and then I realized how much most people aren't, and how much most people find his writing style extremely wordy and overdone and don't really like it. And then I started reading people like Hemingway and other authors of his era who were much simpler and used much more to the point writing. And I try to find a middle ground. I don't. I don't go. I don't go balls out in either direction, but I try to. I do try to simplify from my initial draft. Hmm. By the way, for anybody who has read the first draft on Wattpad or while I was writing it, I elected throughout the whole first episode not to name her mother or father. I don't know if you noticed that or not. If you did notice it, it was intentional because eventually, a couple of seasons in or whatever, I want her to suddenly have difficulty remembering their names, and I actually want the reader to go back and realize that I never said them. um, did it? If you have read it, I would love it if you'd let me know in the comments if you noticed that and it seemed weird to you, or if it worked, or if you didn't notice at all, or what. So if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. Okay, that looks like that is an hour gone. Yes, we are just over an hour's worth of time. So, um, still working on the edits of Chapter 1, obviously. Hopefully it won't, since we did the front and back matter, it shouldn't take 5 hours to finish editing the book. I hope that you found this informative and helpful, especially the front and back matter. I know a lot of authors struggle with this, so hopefully that was all helpful information for you. I will continue going through the edits in the next hour, which I will probably start by 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, because I need to finish editing this book tomorrow, because tonight, because it releases at noon tomorrow. If you are interested in reading the book, it would mean the world to me if you'd pre-order it, which you can do at the website in the blue section of the screen, garrettbrobinson.com/nb1. You can get it there directly from me via Gumroad, where the nearly all of the sale will actually come to me, which is cool for me as an author. Catch up on back episodes at garrettbrobinson.com, where I will always post the latest episode of VlogaNovel. You can read the updated and edited version of the book on Wattpad. I will go and edit Chapter 1 with the new text. And again, Wattpad is free. You can read it as it's coming together. However, it would be really, really awesome if you would pre-order the book and buy it directly from me if you choose to do that. Thank you so much for watching this episode of VlogaNovel. I will catch you all on the next hour. Look for it later this evening, and I'll see you then. Bye.